he is passionate about helping businesses grow by combining WordPress, SEO, and AI. He sees AI as a way to make SEO smarter and more effective. And at WP SEO AI, they put that into practice every day. As partner and customer success professional, he helps companies leverage AI-driven SEO strategies to scale sustainability, increase visibility, and drive measurable results. With a background in customer success and digital marketing, he thrives at the intersection of technology and growth. Please welcome Jake Virtanen.
Thank you so much, Henrik. So, hello everyone. I'm super excited to be here today. It's actually my first speech like this, so it's an experience for me that hasn't happened before. I have talked in one webinar before, so it's really exciting. But yeah, so my background is a bit different on the talks we have heard before. I'm not developer, I'm more marketer. I do vibe coding. That's one of my skills. But I'm more about into SEO and now GEO, which is kind of a next evolution of SEO. It's pretty much basic fundamentals of SEO, but optimizing for AI answers. So, for example, if you're searching for anything in ChatGPT or Google AI Overviews or AI Mode, which came into Finland on Wednesday, so we want to optimize in that for those answers. It's a bit different, but the focus is still on same fundamentals of SEO. I'm also involved a bit of product development, so I do work with devs. I share the same jokes, so I know some stuff there, but there I'm more about giving ideas how we can improve our tool to bring more value to our customers. Our mission from the beginning was to make SEO accessible for anyone. It's kind of a field where you can put money into if you have enough budget. So making that accessible for everyone, even with small budgets, was our mission. But also show how to use AI in SEO in a sustainable and working way. And also include everything in one tool, because we all know if we have 5 or 6 tools to do our job, it's kind of a jumping around in every tool. So having everything in one tool makes the whole work a lot easier. So let's jump one back. So for SEO, it's at the moment going through the biggest change ever. And I want to ask one question from you. How many have you noticed a change in a way you search information in the past 2 years? So a lot. How many of your SEO has also changed the way they do SEO? A few. That's great. That's great. But that's a common issue. People are changing their behavior. It's more conversational and long tail queries. People, rather than searching, for example, there is best running shoes, which is my favorite example. You might be searching what are the best running shoes for running in ChatGPT, or as I could search now, as I'm attending to Helsinki 10 next year, I would search what are the best running shoes for running 10-kilometer runs. So the search behavior is changing, and what that means is that we have to have content enough. So when our content, when our target audience is searching for some specific question, we want to be there, cited and also recommended by AIs. And that's where GEO, Generative Engine Optimization, comes in to play. It shares, well, as I said, the same fundamentals of SEO, but it focuses more on structured, intent-based content, which means that you want to answer to those questions that your customers are asking for. And even though it's more about content, the technical side is also really important. You want to optimize your technical side of your website to match what your customers are looking for. And also, like with every buttons and chatbots and etc., you want to optimize those for your target audience. So what would be the optimal customer journey for your customer to buy? So you want to make that as easy as possible, because we know the technical side can be also really hard for the customer, which then also neglects the sales as well. But what this means, AI search are growing. It's like growing fast. As now we have AI modes coming into play, it's even changing more. So what it will affect to the like results wise, it will increase zero-click searches when you are asking the question from AIs or Google AI overviews or AI mode. The clicks are hard to earn, and you want to be there to be cited and recommended. That's one thing to be really crucial about. So instead of just ending SEO, you want to focus on being seen on those answers. But also, the content demand is growing. Instead of only focusing on like commercial or transactional queries, which means like when your customers are searching for price or features or X or Y for specific tools, you want to be included in the whole customer journey. So from the beginning, for example, what is SEO to the final SEO price, or where I can buy SEO, etc. So you want to cover the whole demand for the content, and then that is where AI can help. So instead of using your human resources to do the content, you can use AI in that process. But here's a bit of how does AI content rank in Google. That is something that people are debating, that Google might penalize AI content. And there is one really important thing when we talk about AI content. AI content will be penalized if it's used to manipulate the searches. That is the one important thing to remember. And how we can actually then use AI is that we want to use AI to produce search intent-based content. So we want to ask ourselves, what are our customers searching for, and produce content with AI for those queries. Here you can see also the graph. SEMrush did a research around, like, I think it was at the end of 2024, so 1 year ago-ish, and they asked from 700 different SEMrush users, marketers mostly, that how does their AI content rank, and 90% are not sure, or it ranks even better or the same as human content. Only 9% said that it ranks worse. And we have also thought of the reasons for that. We have seen that in practice every day. When we do content with AI, we want to make the search intent the main thing there. So, for example, if we are doing content about running shoes, we want to ask what are the customers asking about that. And then we want to have the idea for the content, and then in that phase you want to use AI. And you can also like give AI information about what you want to recommend, and make sure that it answers the question as best as possible. But also where AI is really good is having the better structured content. It's like almost most of the times better than human written content, where there's higher readability and higher rankings, and where AI is the most used is to scale your content for your strategies. Then how does Google say AI content? This is straight from Google Search Central. You can search this by writing AI content Google. Then around 10 years ago, Google had the same issue, but with human written content. People started to write a lot of content because they noticed the difference you can have and the results you can get from the content. So instead of banning human written content, they focused on quality. And that's the same thing with AI content. When we say about quality, I don't mean super technical stuff. I mean, how well does it match the search intent? What are your customers looking for? For example, there are a lot of developers, web developers I can imagine, and instead of writing about ACFs or child themes or headless WordPresses, most probably your customers are asking questions like, how can I build a website, or how can I upload a plugin, or really general questions, and you want to be seen in those because your customers most likely will not search ACF or other like really technical stuff. So that is what I think like when we talk about quality is we should think about, because it's always based on what your users are looking for. And when you do your website and your content for the users, you will be more likely to increase the traffic and also the sales. And the misunderstanding with AI content is usually that it doesn't do for the content, and there are people that have manipulated or tried to manipulate search results by just spamming ChatGPT content or something else, but there is a way to use it well as well. So how we can use the AI is focus on the search intent, but also like the amount of blog posts you can, for example, publish in a month. It's not really about the amount. As long as you can match the search intent and go over every content and make sure that they are matching the search intent and also are like you have the links, etc. Okay, there, it will be fine. You can publish 50 blog posts per month or 10. It's more about your resources. And how you can do it is by, for example, Googling. That's the easiest way to actually search. So you can Google your way to the content ideas, search what people are searching about your business. It might be like how to build a website, where I can buy a website, or what hosting should I choose, and use that data to produce content ideas. And in addition to blog posts, you can also use those information in your product or service pages. So you can include like who are the most suitable customers for this specific product. So when someone asks, for example, what are the best running shoes for 10-kilometer runs, you have it in there. AI can then also citate you, and also Google. And one thing to remember is that even high quality human content can be penalized if it's not matching the search intent. So, and that's when you start to look, for example, Reddit conversations about getting penalized by Google. It's usually these really niche websites where there isn't really content that is searched, but they still publish a lot of content that doesn't really match the search intent. And that's where they get penalized. And that's one thing to remember as well. So if you don't really have anything content to do, don't do the content, just for the content itself. Most of you know that there are tons of different AI tools to choose from, and I've made a quick list on when you choose these AI SEO tools. Is to first is most important if they take somehow in consideration the search intent. That's where everything starts. Instead of like they giving you 500 blog posts for 100, you should always ask for how do they ensure the search intent. Then you want the content to sound like you, so they have to take your company description, your services, your products, your target audience. That is really important. When you write content with AI, you want to give it as much details about your company as possible, so it will write like you. But writing the content is not the only thing. You want to track it. You want to track the performance. You can use Google Search Console, for example, for the organic traffic and visibility. You can use LLM tracking tools to track the how it works in AIs, and you should do that. And then based on those insights, you want to optimize the content. The content that doesn't rank well after like 6 months, you should prune them out. You should optimize the content that works and focus on those content types which works, because AI is really good when you want to see what kind of angle your customers are looking for about your topics. So testing with AI and then optimizing and pruning the content afterwards is the way to use AI correctly in the whole SEO and content creation. Always when we do AI with AI content or developing, many of you know that you cannot really outsource you're programming to AI, it doesn't work. Or maybe the really experienced one might prompt the AI to write a lot better, but usually always requires human oversight. So you have to make sure that everything works. And that's the same with SEO. You can do the content with AI, but you have to ensure that the content itself is good. You have the internal links. You have all of the technical stuff okay. So, for example, Mia has had mentioned of sitemap and robots.txt folders. You want to ensure that everything is okay and before like letting them go, because AI can do mistakes and you require the human oversight to do that. But for the key takeaways, make sure that you have the human oversight. Don't let AI to do anything by himself. It's also like one of the things to remember is that when developing is a good example, because there might be some like small things AI does wrong, and those can break the whole program or the software itself. So it requires good understanding of the whole project before you can actually do AI that well. But also like search intent, that is one really important. GEO is something you should look out to, like how it works, and that is something people are looking for in that as well. But yeah, choose AI tools wisely. That is important. Make sure that they take the search intent and the whole system really well, and doesn't really let AI do anything by itself. But yeah, thank you so much. Hope this gave you some insights to SEO and GEO. And yeah, you can connect with me in LinkedIn, Jake Virtanen, but there's also my email if you want to connect there. But yeah, thank you so much.